Hello everyone and welcome to day 1 of 31 days of Halloween. My name is Natalie and I am the owner of Nautical Beauty, which is a mobile beauty service located in Perth, Western Australia. You must be thinking, Nat, what is 31 days of Halloween? Well, 31 Days of Halloween is a series that I'm doing where I upload a video every single day from the 1st all the way to the 31st of October. I've wanted to do this series since the day I started YouTube. You might also be thinking, does that mean I'm doing 31 different makeup looks? No. I am combining my love for beauty and my love for Halloween together. I am doing half beauty, like makeup looks, and half of them talking about some of my favorite things to do with the paranormal and all things spooky and haunted. Anyone that knows me knows that I am a strong believer in spirits and ghosts, and I feel as though that I want to share this passion with you guys. Now, I understand that Halloween is not a tradition that is celebrated here in Australia, but as of a few years ago, I guess it's only becoming bigger. Where did my love for Halloween come from? When I was younger, I used to love fairies and magic, and I think my love for all things spooky all started pretty much from that. Growing up, I used to watch a lot of American sort of TV shows on like Disney Channel and stuff, and they always had that Halloween episode, which was always my favorite episode. So I think my love for it has just kind of grown from there pretty much. Just now I'm more aware of things, if that makes sense. I've done my own research about haunted locations around the world and around Australia. I've done my own research on certain sort of paranormal equipment that they use when they are investigating certain places. I've learned about the history of places. I've learned about what may be lurking in the dark in those places. Some of these places I didn't realize were haunted. Some of these places I have personally been to and not realized they were haunted. So it got quite interesting. But don't stress, I will go through some of those later in the series. Now, I love the shows like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters, and I guess it's all up to you as an individual and how much of this you want to believe. I believe that there is something out there, but I also believe that shows can manipulate the way that you see things and the way that you hear things in order for you to also believe. Now, I believe that there is something out there only because I've had my personal experiences, which I will go through later in this video. I've also kind of found certain YouTubers that started off being either like urban explorers or still are urban exploring, but have kind of gone on into the whole paranormal investigation as well, such as like Exploring with Josh and Sam and Colby. They pretty much found a whole bunch of haunted locations. They've created their own series and like episodes that you can watch that are all based on haunted locations. But once again, it's all up to you whether or not you want to believe it. Some of it is believable, but a lot of it you can manipulate into the viewers believing it, if that makes sense. It's up to you if you want to believe or not. As I said, I am more open to believing some things as I have had personal experiences. If you have seen this video, towards the end I tell you about some of my personal experiences that have happened to me. If you haven't seen it, don't stress, I'm going to tell you all about it. So, where do I start with my ghost stories? One year I went on a ghost tour to the Midland Town Hall, and we were in a room and I had my camera just sitting nicely in my hands. It was switched off, everything was fine, I was just listening to the story. My camera turned on by itself, the settings all changed by itself, it took a photo, turned off. Now when I went back to look at the photo, it just came up as a black screen. Number two, couple of weeks after my grandmother had passed away, I was sitting in my lounge room and I pretty much smelt her walk past me. I smelt the smell of my grandmother walk past and just disappear. Another one is kind of a story I love actually. This is kind of a long one, but I really enjoy it. So one morning my parents went to work and I was laying in bed, just kind of scrolling through my phone. The dog was laying on the end of my bed with me. It was all quiet, still kind of early in the morning. I hear what sounded like footsteps coming towards the entrance of my bedroom. It stopped and my dog pricked up her ears and started growling. Then the footsteps sounded like it went back the other way and my dog decided to chase after it and bark. I jumped out of bed thinking, oh my god, there's someone in my house, trying to find out what was going on. There was nothing there. All the doors and windows were all locked, so there was no one in the house. So I was like, okay, whatever. Went and had a shower, and then I was standing in my kitchen waiting for the kettle to boil when I look to the hallway where my bedroom is and I see what looks like a head, like a shadow head, poke around the corner and then poke back again. I went up there to see like what the hell that was. Goosebumps all up my arms. It is possibly one of my favorite experiences that I've had. Sadly, it hasn't happened again. This one didn't actually happen at my house. This happened at my sister's house when I was babysitting my niece and nephews. So I stayed with them overnight one night and I put them to bed. They were all asleep and I was sitting watching TV in the lounge room and I heard what sounded like footsteps come behind the couch and I was like, must be one of the kids. So I turned around to see who it was and there was no one there. So I got up and I went and checked on all three of them, all in their beds asleep. So I was like, okay, weird. So went back out into the lounge room, pretty much went to sleep, and because I was constantly waking up from every single noise because I was like kind of on high alert with it, I heard footsteps again. So I was thinking, oh, it could be one of the kids again, but then I heard a glass fall in the drainer from the kitchen. Got up again thinking it was just one of the kids getting water, but there was no one there. All three kids in their beds fast asleep. So safe to say I didn't really sleep very much that night. And lastly, I went back over to that same house for my nephew's birthday and we were all standing in the kitchen and we're just talking away and I thought I saw one of them run past the hallway like super fast into one of the bedrooms. So I poked my head around the corner to see which one it was, but the doors were closed and none of the children were there. I looked back into the kitchen and they were standing in there with us. So, but that's pretty much all the stories that I have so far. If you guys have any stories that you wish to tell me, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear any sort of experiences that you guys have had. All right, so make sure you subscribe to my channel because you do not want to miss out on this series. It's going to be one busy month. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.